Hey everybody, it's Andy here, aka Montulli, and we are back for another Vintage League, and we got a spicy one today. We are playing a Stiflenought deck. We may have recently seen the printing of a new card called the Mycosynth Garden. And this card essentially allows you to pay X to copy target non-token artifact with mana value X. So what that means is that you can play a Phyrexian Dreadnought for 1 mana, and then you can have the Mycosynth Gardens and tap 1 mana into it, tapping the Mycosynth and creating another Dreadnought with which you can sacrifice to this Dreadnought. So it's kind of like a three-piece combo that's built in. Full disclaimer, I'm playing this deck strictly because of this card. I think it's kind of neat, and we've seen some legacy decks running the combo, and I thought I would give it a try today, porting it into Vintage. As well, the well-known combination between Phyrexian Dreadnought and Dress Down. You can play a Dress Down the end of your opponent's turn, untap with it still in play, and play a Dreadnought, which will just be a 12/12. There's no trigger because of the Dress Down. In addition, it also works very nicely with Uro, Titans of Nature's Wrath. This is a card that has seen periodic play through Vintage, but certainly was a legacy staple. And I do think it's really powerful. A little bit less so right now because of the presence of Caracas running around in all of the initiative decks that we're seeing, but still a powerful creature if we can get it to go and it can win a game on its own. Now, obviously, there is some significant nombos in this deck with Dress Down. Dress Down has lots of applicability in Vintage, and it is shutting down a lot of what I'm doing. And the 2 Collector Roofs and the 3 Tarmogoyfs makes these cards really, really bad. But that said, I'm going to try it out today, and I'm just hoping that the benefit outweighs the risk with these. And it's only a temporary downing of the shields, and we don't need to play Dress Downs. We certainly can pitch them to Force of Will, Force of Negation if need be. So the Nombo is mitigated a little bit there. But outside of that, we've got some fun cards. You know, Thoughtseize is just always a great card, and I do like it right now in this metagame. Stifle, you know, we're doing the old Stiflenought. I have to have them in there. And who's kidding who? Like, Stifle can catch people with their pants down when they're not prepared for it. And certainly this is not a card that sees Vintage play. And we've got all the main suspects that you would expect to see in Vintage and all the different cantrips, which we don't need to go over today. I put a Sylvan Library in the deck for some card draw, some Assassin's Trophies, essentially just to give me some fighting chance against Bazaar in the opening game, but the truth is we're playing against Bazaar. I don't think we have a very good chance. And yeah, sideboard, not much to say here. We'll see how we do, guys. I do appreciate you hanging out. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in round one. Okay, guys, here we are in round one, and we're playing Stiflenought. We won the die roll. I mean, this seems reasonable, right? Turn 1 Collector Roof. Rear day. Yeah. I mean, I have no idea what to expect with this deck. Guys, full disclaimer, like, I suspect it's going to be really bad, and we're very likely to go 1-4, would be my guess. Chancellor of the Annex. Okay, so we're playing against White Initiative. So this is very likely to be a reasonable thing to do against my opponent here, because shutting off their fast mana, which this deck is reliant on to speed out its turns, is not nothing, but obviously we need to find some help here. They may have Solitude, which just negates that entire line, but not much I can do about that. So it looks like they do have Solitude because they're just playing their stuff out. Maybe not. I think I will tap the green source here. Tarmogoyf, okay. Play out the other redundant green source here. The next turn we can get a Tarmogoyf into play. Okay. I am going to play Uro here. And next turn we have the combo, guys, which is really exciting. Hopefully we can get it off. They could play a Thalia here if they find a land, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I mean, we can still do it. Oh, they have Solitude. Yuck. Imagine I had that Stifle up, guys. Okay, that's pretty hard on us. Likely to lose this now. Still hanging around a bit. I'm presuming they're going to choose Phyrexian Dreadnought here. It's not an easy decision for them. Yeah, they named Stifle. Okay. Going to cast a Tarmogoyf here. And we have a Stifle trigger up for any type of initiative creature they play. We don't necessarily need to do that, but we can see. Now, do they want to cast an Anointed Peacekeeper, or not Anointed Peacekeeper here, the Seasoned Dungeoneer? I cannot Stifle anyways. All right, we're getting bottled up with these Tarmogoyfs here, or these Anointed Peacekeepers, but Tarmogoyf is holding them back. Presuming they will choose Time Walk here, but maybe not. Assassin Trophy. Okay. Yep, and it's a good wasteland from them. I mean, we do attack here, right? They can double block and keep one of them around. I can't use my trophy. And Stifle doesn't look that great here, right? Like they just end up using this. So let's Time Walk here. Sylvan Library is pretty decent. Okay. Well, I think we just cast this, and I think it's going to help us along here, finding some lands. And we just sit back here. I mean, obviously, if they get the initiative, it's not ideal. Kind of in a losing position here right at the moment, but a dress down changes it. So there it comes. So they have the initiative, which is not great, because I cannot stop it. Anointed Peacekeeper doing work here. And they got a Wasteland. Yep, that's pretty good. Good news is I'm at 25 life. Yeah, none of these are good. I cannot Treasure Cruise. I'm one short. All right, pass turn. I mean, it's really bad luck on my part here that I was unable to find a land there, because any land would have at least gave me some action. Right, could have played a Dreadnought, let it die, and Treasure Cruise. But this one is definitely slipping away from me here. Have to take it. Like, I'm looking for a land, and I'm looking for... I can't cast the Angel, right? No, I shouldn't be able to. Thalia. Okay, Thalia is actually pretty strong against me right now. This thing is a problem. Thalia really was key there for them. Yeah, I'm pretty much dead here. They go into the trap here, and they end up killing me. Okay. And do this. I kind of like the way we're set up here. Oh. I guess maybe I can keep Hero. Sylvan Library doesn't seem that good. Do like Thoughtseize on the play a lot more. Oh, can definitely cut Flusterstorms. Need to just give this a little bit more thought before I start clicking stuff, but pretty awkward, eh? Don't even have a blue card to back my force. I mean, I think I keep it. It's pretty bad. I mean, if they get my collector roof, it sucks, but you know, if I can find a land off the top or a blue card to be able to protect my collector roof, it's probably going to work out. Where it becomes really bad is if my opponent has a angel off the top. going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. An angel does ruin me. We're playing on a thread here. I'll put the Assassin's Trophy away, and we'll play turn 1 Tarmogoyf, turn 1 Collector Roof. Yes, it shuts off my Mox, so... But find a blue card, we've got protection. We find a black card, we can disrupt their hand. So there is a Legacy Showcase today. And as a result of that, I think that it's not a great day for me to be doing recordings or playing Vintage, because people just join the queues and they're double queued, triple queued all day, and this leads to a really bad experience for both the viewer and for me. But that's it. This could be a quick one here. We're definitely playing a gambit out here, so let's see. Okay, my opponent is just clearly F6'd. All right. So we are looking for one of two things, which are not that hard to find. We're looking for a blue card, or we're looking for a black land. There it is. We will cast it now, because we want to grow our Tarmogoyf. We take Thalia here. It's a pretty good clock. And next, we're just looking for a blue card. I mean, I do realize they have a cavern here. Hopefully they don't find the third land. Okay, well, they did find it before I found a blue source. Really lucky top deck for them there. They get rid of the white plume. They're doing an Archon here. And that's not the worst. I can actually play a Dreadnought. We don't need the Stifle if I can find a Dreadnought. Yep. All right. Well, not anymore. It does not grow my Tarmogoyf. I got a Lotus in the yard. So hopefully my Force of Will is relevant and they don't find another human. I am winning this race as we currently stand. Cannot cast this. Currently me losing my Mox was pretty significant there. Okay, they're checking their life total. Do they draw us a card here? Yep. Ooh, that's smart. Ooh, it comes into play tapped. Sweet. So they have me in a little bit of a lock here. They'll only be able to do it this turn unless they found a land. The land changes that. Yeah, I could be in some trouble here. And they did find a land. They're using it. It's uncounterable seasoned engineer by the looks of it. And they're just keeping up the Caracas combo. Yep. Why didn't they attack? That's really weird. Just going to bounce, block, and bounce. It's really weird that they didn't attack, though, if they're doing that. I'm going to let this happen. And I'm going to play my collector roof here. And my reason for doing this is I'm hoping that they're going to tap their Caracas next turn, making this not as good of a play. Now, it's a little bit risky not using the Assassin's Trophy here, because if they take us off a green source, it's not ideal, but my opponent is at 3 life here. And I do have a Force of Will available, despite they have the Cavern. Yeah, I was going to say, be careful how you do that. Yep. Should attack me here, but maybe they... Okay. Well, the Assassin's Trophy is going to come in relevant here. I don't know why they're not attacked. I guess they're just so fearful of going down to 1 life here, which is fair. Strip mine's pretty scary here. Not ideal. What I was thinking about there in that particular sequence is giving them another land, which they could hard cast to Solitude, and I cannot react. Oh, I guess I can because the Archon will be gone at that point in time. All right, what do we want to do here? Might want a Pithing Needle. Tarmogoyf looked very good in that game. So did Collector Roof. Collector Roof is not likely to be amazing, though, moving forward, because we're on the draw. Actually, dress down might be important on the draw. Take it a dig through time. So the idea here is that we need to be aggressive with counter magic if we have it on Mox and that sort of thing on turn one, and just try and buy time. This hand does not work, unfortunately. This hand's a lot better. Ooh, that's nasty. Okay, 3-ball. It's pretty good. Probably lose to that. Archon, yep. Yeah, I mean, this is over. If my opponent has no follow-up here for a couple turns and we can find ourselves into a couple lands, obviously we can come back, but it's unlikely. But maybe they just went in on the 3-ball. Kind of think we needed to hit a land there. Not going to give up hope quite yet. All right. Just need to find some lands over here, guys. There's one. Ooh, boo! Okay, they got it. So my game plan here is, oh, they found a land. Okay, that's likely going to ice me here, almost assuredly. But if I found another land here, what we could do is dress down into a dreadnought. Dress down at the end of their turn into a dreadnought the following turn. That is not likely to work because they're going to have a big follow-up next turn, but we'll see. We have to hit a land right here. Unfortunately for us, it is coming into play tapped, and I do not have any basics. So we are not likely to find our way out of this because it takes me an entire additional turn to get my mana to work. Yeah, just a little too slow. The Archon was a good one. All right, guys. We didn't get there. White initiative. What can I say? All right, guys. Here we are for round 2. And we are playing Stiflenought today. We're going to keep this one. Did not win the die roll, but we've got some interaction, which seems pretty good. Oh. Jewel. This is what it is, Jewel. Feels like Jewel Shops. Transfer. Well, you know I'm not letting that happen. And we'll see if we can resolve a collect roof. I'm not optimistic this will resolve, but it does. If this is indeed Jewel Shops, this is a very good card against them. Would have really liked to find a land there, but see if they just cast a Jewel here. Nope. Great. Cast Tarmogoyf. Got Force of Will this time. Tinker gone. We're going to do the Jewel here. Yep. How nice would a Stifle be right here? All right, so they're going to give me the Jewel by the looks of it. That was not a great draw for me, but Now, if they do have removal, we can dig in response. Five cards. I don't have five. I can kill my opponent next turn. I guess. I guess I dress down here. Hopefully, we draw into another land that will allow me to treasure cruise. But let's dress down. The problem with this is this turns a PO1 if I dress down. That's not a very good line, is it? No, I don't think that is. Let's just cast this. The Dreadnought is definitely overkill here. Have another Jewel. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm one short. Okay. Didn't play this optimally by any means, but Collector Reef is just very good against Jewel. I think we want all of these. Definitely want Nature's Claims coming back in. Don't think we want the dress down plan. Probably can cut a Dreadnought. Don't think Flusterstorm is at its best in this matchup, but I guess where dress down is relevant is against Urza's Saga. So maybe that is something. Like, this is just such a nombo that it's really awkward. But something's got to give here. Uro just seems like it's really bad. I do like Stifle. Let's try something like this. Yep. Nice looking hand. And there's the Saga, yep. Can't pick a fight over these, unfortunately. Love a Mox off the top, I can tell you that much. We'll not fight over this. We've got a strong turn 2 play that has to resolve. Like, Yes, they're going to have us maybe with the tokens here for a little bit, but we do have dress downs, etc., to get ourselves back into things. I think they're just in on the Saga plan right now. Yeah, and so they can do it once. And it's going to be a big boy, but I think we're going to be able to find our way out of it. We have a whole bunch of nature's claims. Dress down is not optimal by any means, but we certainly can do that. And that's the end of their Saga tokens here, almost assuredly. I guess if they have Ancient Tomb, they can do another one. And all of a sudden, they're going to find themselves with no lands. I guess they can make us another Saga that way. A second one is bad for me if they are able to do it. Like hopefully it's just a workshop they have in hand. Good. Okay. So they do have something here. Nope. Well, we're getting low here, but this is kind of it for us. We need to find an answer. I guess I can chump block next turn if need be. But hopefully I can find an answer here off these. Yeah, Goif does the trick. Now, it is going to be a 6/6, but we can cast 2 Goifs there. Hopefully it will be enough. Lotus, yeah. Mana Sagas all around. Okay. Well, I mean, I think we just make another Tarmogoyf, right? 2 Tarmogoyfs? Yeah, we're good with 2 Tarmogoyfs. Because I can counter anything they can do to remove it. Now, we can't really get through anymore if they just sit back, but they have a Mana Crypt working against them, so that's something. Gonna become a 7/7. Okay, so we can kill them this turn. I shouldn't say 100%. I mean, they have 2 cards in their hand. I can't see a world how they get out of this. It would have to be, they don't even have blue mana available. Like, could be some semblance of, Might Weakstone, the Flusterstorm, but of course they don't even have mana to cast that right now, so this is over. 2 cards in hand. There's nothing they can do here. Metamorph. All right, that's pretty good. I did not expect that. Can't stop that. All right. I mean, I still have them dead here. They're at 4 life. All right. They can only block 2. Yep. It was pretty good. All right, guys. We will see you next round. Okay, guys, here we are for round 3 of our Vintage League playing Stiflenought. And this looks like a good one. I mean, it's a glass cannon, right? I guess I could sit and I could wait to get a Flusterstorm going. But I don't think so. Did we win the die roll? We didn't. Well, another option is we could do this. Let's see what we draw. A Force of Will makes this really good. Let's see, guys. It's in. If we can somehow get to untap with them without them removing my Dreadnought, be in good shape. But we could just get swords here with Fluster back up, to which, of course, we can't beat as we currently stand. So we're going to fight over it. Oh, boy. All right. Well, that's pretty bad for me. We'll have to try and force it here. They didn't have something last turn. I think Preordain is better here. We're looking for a Force of Will. That's twice I've asked for it and twice found one, so pretty cool. All right, first Stiflenought kill there. That was awesome. I'm not 100% sure what we're playing. Because I saw Repeal, I feel like it's combo. Let's try something like this. Just think we have to mulligan. I think we just have to do better. This hand is really awkward because we don't have a black source. Like if we had a black source, it'd be a lot better. But we do have the Stiflenought combo again here. I would slam counter that Ponder if I was able to do it. My gut tells me that they don't have any other land. I think they've kept on a Mox Sapphire hand, no other land. I'm just looking to see if I can copy my opponent's Mox. Nice, that was a great draw. I suspect my opponent has a Flusterstorm here, but we're still going to play it out. It was a very good draw. Why wouldn't they force a will that in hopes of, they could have ripped a land and tinkered. I don't know. I mean, awkward. I would have loved to have. I think they should have done that because if they find a land here, like Tinker's, like they've got. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I would have probably forced a will that in hopes of going off a Tinker. They know what's in my hand. They know I peeled that Underground Sea or Verdant Catacombs into Underground Sea off the top, so they know I don't have force of will. Chance that they can tinker and just win the game is pretty big as far as I'm concerned. But maybe their patience will pay off. They know I have my combo here. Okay, so they did not find the land, but now they got a second chance to do it, right? I guess they would have pitched the Time Walk. It's casting a needle. Yeah. That does. I don't even think that hits anything in my deck. Like I guess, hit some of my fetches. Oh yes, of course. That makes sense. I lied. Mycosynth Gardens. Okay. So the likelihood they have Force of Will live is pretty reasonable with 2 extra cards in hand. Ooh, that's bad. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it is PO. See if they get the force here. Must mean they have repeal. All right. I mean, I think the difference in this game is just my opponent having the ancestral, making a big difference here. So this is likely Fanoop, who won the Vintage Showcase last night on PO's list, is my guess. I could see us wanting another one of these, perhaps. I think the Dreadnought is just not that good. Let me bring in here. Maybe I want a couple of these. Okay. Hope my ancestral resolves. My hand is not looking great without it, but oh, good. Okay, I got a negation. That's helpful. Might have fluster here. That's why they played out first, but Soul Ring's a pretty good one for what they're trying to do as an enabler, so no, it'd suck if they just let this go and then they cast a mana crypt and tinkered for the kill, but how about a collector roof off the top? Yeah, the top is a really nice one for them. It's a little bit unfortunate, but like repeal is a card that scares me for sure with this combo. But I feel like that's what I've signed up for, right? I mean, my opponent might try and go for it here. Maybe I don't have to do it right now. We've got the Mycosynth. Maybe I put away the Mycosynth. And we need the Stifle. This is difficult. And then I can preordain, right? So I put away the Mycosynth and I guess the Tarmogoyf. Force of Will. Probably my best draw. Ooh, I want both of those. Okay, nice. Sorry that was a little bit slow, guys. I'm just not familiar with this deck, and I'm a little bit more pensive as a result, and still not confident I'm making the correct decisions around this. But we do have a 12-12 on the table here with Force of Will and Flush Storm backup. Like, I mean, that's pretty good. Yep. And I mean, Collector Roof almost assuredly ices this if we can resolve it. But we're going to have to pick a fight over my Dreadnought here. I mean, maybe we don't need to pick a fight over the Dreadnought. It does end the game very quickly, though. I think the card that I'm most worried about here would be a Tolarian Academy. They're just going to attempt a PO here. Interesting. Why would they choose the Soul Ring there? Do they have Tinker? I beg your pardon, excuse me. Do apologize if you're hearing a lot of background noise. It's a Sunday afternoon in my household today, and everybody is home, both my kids and my wife, and it's very hard for me to say, be quiet to everybody. I think I fluster that. Because what I can do now is I can untap and I can slam the Collector Roof with Force backup. It's a risk coming off Flusterstorm here, but No guarantees my opponent can even repeal here if this resolves. Well, I guess they could repeal my Dreadnought and stay alive, but I wouldn't force that. Okay, good start. We still have a Force of Will in my hand. It's not an academy. There is that repeal. So Flusterstorm does get me here. But we got to do it. All right, guys. Second Dreadnought kill. That's awesome. See you next round. Okay, guys. Here we are in round 3 of our Vintage League with Stiflenought. Or round 4, actually. Opponent is playing Jeskai. I think this hand is really quite good. One of the problems against Jeskai that we could face is Swords to Plowshares is pretty brutal on our Stifle combo, but Lavinia's really good. Jeez. Not thrilled about it, but like turn 1 Thalia or Lavinia is really hard to accomplish in this deck. But they did find it, and they've got the strip mine for me. So we're going to need a bit of help finding land off the top to be able to cast our business here. Preordained would be good. We need a blue fetch, or a blue land. Not that one. Polaris to hand here, I guess. Another Mercurial, yep. So this one's lost. Yeah, just, I mean, we had a really nice hand there if my opponent didn't have a turn 1 Lavinia, which is pretty low prevalence for them. Guess we want this. I feel like Collector Roof is pretty bad against what my opponent is trying to do over there. Let's try this out. I don't foresee us being able to win this match because of the presence of Swords to Plowshares. But what can I say, guys? We already have 2 match wins. And that is a small victory amongst itself. Okay. Yep. Sand is fine. There's a lot of things fundamentally wrong with this list that we're playing. It'd be interesting if I could tighten it up a little bit. It's something I threw quickly together, and it's got some pretty good synergies, but is weak to many things in the meta game. Like, we haven't run into a Bazaar yet, but almost assuredly a Bazaar deck would just run over this deck. Doesn't really matter. I think we'll ponder here, dig as deep as we can, and we can fix out what we don't want with the fetch next turn. I don't mind an AT. Play that out now. No Lavinia getting my mocks this game. What this is going to allow us to potentially do is cast a Sylvan Library and cantrip. Hey, Black Lotus. Ancestral, okay. Pretty good start, eh? Dreadhorde, oh no. Well, we do have an AT on top. I think the likelihood of that resolving is not great. Yes, they could have force a negation here, but I would prefer to. That's just so brutal. Okay. In fairness, like, this start my opponent has is a very low prevalence start out of a deck like Jeskai. There's nobody that could tell me differently. Like, Black Lotus and Ancestral with Force of Will, like, is not an average start for this deck. Likely to get wastelanded here is my guess. Bobble. All right. I could see them forcing this. If they fetch it end of turn, I would dig. I'm going to try and sneak this in here. I don't feel good about my chances, but As long as they have fluster up, I'm not keen to do it, but I might. We'll see what they do. I mean, I can't imagine them not attacking first and preordaining. And if I do actually get the Dreadnought combo going, obviously not ideal for my opponent to be getting it with a Swords to Plowshares, but it does give me a lot more flexibility around using my Sylvan Library, which it's unlikely my opponent is going to be able to remove. Prismatic Ending is a thing, but okay, so they're going to get my Mycosynth here with all likelihood. Not optimal, guys. Surprised my opponent didn't pull Lurrus to hand there. I guess maybe they're holding up counter magic. No cantrips. Sweet. Of note, they have 6 cards in hand here, but I want to be able to hold Force of Will up here hard cast if I'm able to. I think my opponent's sitting on a Mycosynth here with their Strip Mine, but I'm going to counter that. All right, well, probably we'll cycle the dress down. Bobble, yep. That sucks. Can't really fight it. Just had to hope they weren't going to find their way into something like that. One of the cantrips, but it is what it is. Just something I have to wade my way through, unfortunately. I mean, this game is lost. My opponent has a massive card advantage over me here. I'm just really playing to see what limitations this deck can hit. Now, I suspect that this type of control game is not in favor of me, despite my deck has some decent control to it. Now, of course, we can't forget the start that my opponent had this game. This would be a much, much different game if they didn't Black Lotus right into Ancestral. And us on a mulligan, I believe. So the fact we're even still playing this game is a tribute. Back to Civil Library. I'm not going to burn the dress down here. Lavinia. They're contemplating taking my green source here, which is irrelevant right now. Oh, why would I do that? I can't even Thoughtseize. That was bad. Probably just counter this. I would think they're likely just sitting on a red blast, but yep, they got the force. Okay, guys, there you have it. We tried our best. We'll see you next round. Okay, guys, here we are in the last round of our vintage league here, and unfortunately, I think we've run into Squee. But that said, we're going to keep this one. We've got some of the tools that we're looking for. We're going to be hard pressed, I think, here to stay alive. But let's see. Oh, it's not. Okay, we're playing against Jewel. Hmm. Do we try and stifle the Jewel trigger? Or do I go and look for a force of will? I think we go with the sure thing, which is in our hand here. We're in a pretty bad spot. We just got to hope that it's good enough. That anticipation, that pause. Force negation. That makes sense. They can pay it next turn. Unless I find a Collector Roof off the top. Now we may be dead by that time. Yep, probably just dead here. This is the turn of trial here. We'll see what happens. We did our best. Yeah, okay. All right. We do have some game against this type of deck. Don't know if we want it all. I feel like Stifle is pretty underwhelming. Flusterstorm is not at its best here and probably can cut a dig through time. Let's try something like this. Once again, I do acknowledge there's a significant nombo with Dress Down and Collector Roof, but we can pitch those Dress Downs to force, and if things get out of control, we can remove what my opponent's doing. Okay, this is the type of hand we're looking for. We've got a turn 2 Collector Roof, and we have a turn 1 Thoughtseize to disrupt their turn 1 play, hopefully. Now, not infallible for sure, but given the context of my deck, I think this is about as good as a turn 1 as we can ask for, outside of having a Force of Will in hand as well. Let's get that out of there right now. I do like the Pact of Negation tech in this deck. It's risky. Now's the time. I'm doing it. There's their monolith. Yep. They do have Time Bolt next turn. If they have a Dismember of some sort, that'd be pretty good for them. Okay, I've never done this video, but let's try it out and see how it goes. I think this is how we do it. Not bad. Now, they can perhaps duel here now with the Academy if they have it, and try and find their way into a Dismember of some sort. Oh, very nice. Okay. So we really want to find another Collector Roof here. Force of Will off the top. Even a Stifle would be reasonable. Okay. Time Walk. Use the green source here. Don't want either of those. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, we got the force. That's what we need to win this. Hopefully. My opponent has 7 cards in hand. Okay, nice. Well, there's the first time that we saw the Mycosynth Garden Dreadnought combo. Oh, we didn't even have Stifle in the deck. Maybe we want Pithing Needle. I don't know. It feels pretty loose. Okay. All right. I mean, our mana's awkward. We don't have a green source for the Collector Roof, but we've got 2 draws to be able to try and fix that. We've got a Force of Will and our best card in Collector Roof. Like, we can't ask for a whole lot more than that. I mean, let's just rip a Black Lotus off the top, right? It's not much to ask. One thing we did not get to do this league was get Uro going. We cast it a couple times for its original cost. We did not escape it. Okay. Okay. I got it in. The good news is that my opponent does not run Wastelands. I shouldn't F6 here, because if they needle my fetch, that would be really bad. Hopefully they don't have enough to bring back the... Yeah, that's good for me. Just going to fetch now. Green's more important. We just don't want to give them an option with that needle. And next turn, we can make a pretty big power move here if they don't do anything here. Now, they could jewel me. It should be unfortunate if they did. My hope is they get a Soul Ring and pass turn. Maybe a Sensei's top? Okay, okay. They can pay for Force of Will here, but this is very good for us if this resolves. Yeah, they got a Force. Okay. They don't. Oh, Dismember, that's what it is. Yep. If they don't have another mana here to untap their stuff, that's really good for me. They didn't. All right, that this is going to resolve this time. Next turn we can make a 12-12. Metamorph, okay. Oh, I can't actually do it because it cost me 3. I'm going to go through the throat here. Play the Tarmogoyf. Put them to it. Like this 6 damage. They're going to go down 1 here. Yeah. Okay. Synopsis. So this deck was really fun to play. Definitely leave some comments, guys, with reference to decks or card suggestions for this. I think it can be improved significantly from what we have. But overall, it was like, performed reasonably well. We had several Dreadnought kills, both with the Mycosynth Gardens in addition to Stifle. Dress down once. Uro was a big disappointment. I guess the selling point for Uro in this deck is that, 1, it pitches to Force of Will. Number 2, if you ever do get it going with a Dress Down or a Stifled trigger, it can just absolutely take over a game. It's a 6/6 body that draws you a card every single turn and gains you 3 life, which is no joke. So I do think that there's a place for it in the deck, but maybe I'm just getting a little bit too cute with all these Stifles, Dress Downs, and trying to build around them. The meat and potatoes of the deck is really what won it for us. Collector Roof is just so good. That's why I have this Nombo in the deck of the Collector Roof and the Dress Down, is it just wins games, and as evidenced by both times that I just beat one of the best decks in the format, Jewel. Collector Roof was the best. I do think Tarmogoyf is an important card for this deck, despite it seems very vanilla these days. It is one of the best cards that you can have against the Bazaar strategies. It does come down reasonably quickly, and it's just not easy to kill. I like Thoughtseize a lot. I think this is a card that we could have more of in this deck. It's definitely something that I would consider. Not sure what we would do to make it fit into the deck, but if you guys have suggestions, let me know. But anyways, it was a blast. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. Hit the like, subscribe button. Feel free to leave those comments, guys, and we're going to see you next time.